What's up, YouTube? Timus here. Netflix hasn't revealed its fall 2023 schedule release dates, and lots of interesting stuff to look for. I mean, the majority of them could easily be terrible because let's be for real. I like Netflix at the times, but some of their rich content could be hit and misses. But here are their schedule. All right. First up on September 6th, we got this documentary called Scouts Honor, which is of course about the uh, pretty much about compelling on secret screen interviews and Rotel investigation to bring justice to people who like abuse Boy Scouts and all that could be interesting. I mean, Netflix have done pretty decent with their documentaries, so maybe this could be intriguing. Sounds really tense though. Anyway, premiering on September 15th, we got Love at First Sight, starring Haley Lou Richardson, Ben Hardy, Jamil, Rob Delaney, and Dexter Fletcher. Directed by Vanessa Coswell. It is a rom com where, like, after missing her flight from New York to London, Hadley, played by Haley Lou Richardson, meets Oliver, played by Ben Hardy, in a chance encounter at the airport that sparks an instant connection. A long night on the plane together passes in the blink of an eye, but upon landing at Heathrow, the pair are separated and finding each other in the chaos seems impossible. Will fate intervene to transform these seatmates into cellmates? I don't know. Could be good. I mean, sometimes Netflix could be a hit and miss with their rom com, so maybe this could be a hit. Who knows? I like Haley Richardson, so I probably watched it because of her. I liked her on An Edge of 17, White Lotus, so it was nice to see her popping up and stuff. All right, on September 15th, we got El Conde, directed by Pablo Larraín, who directed movies like Jackie and Spencer, and revolves around Pinochet, who is not dead, but an aged vampire who, after 250 years in this world, has decided to die once and for all due to ailments brought by the dishonor and family conflicts. I don't know, that could be intriguing. Pablo Lorraine, he's done some really intriguing stuff before, and seeing him do a vampire movie could be intriguing too. All right, on September 19th, we got The Saint of Second Chances, directed by Morgan Neville. And that's pretty much like a documentary where, like, Mike Vega grew up in the shadows of his hustler father, horror fame baseball owner Bill Veeck. The Vec name is both legendary and notorious in professional baseball. Now, this is, of course, directed by Morgan Neville, who's directed some really good documentaries before 20 Feet to Stardom. And he recently directed the Anthony Bourdain documentary, and maybe one of the best documentaries in recent years, the Mister Rogers documentary, Won't You Be My Neighbor? So, almost nice to see him come back to another documentary, so could be interesting. All right. We also got Spy Kids Armageddon coming on September 22nd. Once again, directed by Rob Rodriguez, starring the likes of Gina Rodriguez, no relation by the way, Zachary Levi, DJ Catrona, Billy Megason, were, like, of course, the children of the world's greatest secret agents unwillingly help a powerful game developer unleash a computer virus that that gives them control of all technology. This could be interesting. I mean, the Spy Kids movies, I remember watching, like, when the first three came out. They've had been some childhood favorites of mine. So the fourth one wasn't all bad either. I mean, wasn't great or anything, but I had a fun time with the fourth one. I don't think we're gonna be getting Alexa Vega, Dara Shabara coming back here. That's disappointing to see, but maybe it could be decent. I mean, I'm guessing this is like a whole new reboot rather than a continuation. So could be cool. All right. So coming to Netflix on September 27th and select theaters September 20th. The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar, directed by Wes Anderson, starring the likes of Ray Fiennes, Benedict Cumberbatch, Dev Patel, Sir Ben Kingsley, Richard Iode. It is based on a story by Roald Dahl about a rich man who learns about a guru who can see without using his eyes, and then sets out to master the skill in order to cheat at gambling. Now, Wes Anderson obviously is one of the coolest filmmakers there is. I mean, his movies are always very quirky, and I've always liked Wes Anderson films, except for Asteroid City. That was pretty much the first ever Wes Anderson movie I truly did not like. But this sounds interesting. I mean, Wes Anderson has adapted a Raw Dahl story before. Remember, he did Fantastic Mr. Fox. It worked out pretty well. So hopefully this could be a string. I'm hearing this might be part animated too, so I don't know. It should be interesting. See. All right. October in it's selected September 29th and on Netflix on October 6th. We got Reptile, which stars Justin Timberlake and Benedict Cumberbatch. Of course, the trailer for this dropped not so long ago. It looks like it could be an interesting thriller. I mean, Justin Timberlake looks great in this. You of course have Benedict Cumberbatch is always great. Alicia Silverstone's also in this. Carl Glusman. So it could be interesting. See. In select theaters on September 29th and Netflix on October 13th, we got Fair Play, which stars Eldon Ehrenreich and Bridgerton star Phoebe Donover. And this is, of course, the an erotic thriller that could be a dream. Of course, it's premiered at Sundance this year. I am getting a bit of like a Fair Attraction vibe here, so could be a dream. See. Are we on Netflix on October 17th? We got something called The Devil on Trial, which is a documentary. The Devil on Trial explores the first and only time demonic possession has ever been used as a defense in the U.S. murder trial. Yo, this sounds interesting, including first-hand accounts of alleged devil possession and a shocking murder. Extraordinary story faces reflection on our fear of the unknown. That could be intriguing. I mean, th- who does not love something about the devil? But this time around, it's a documentary. But I- I'm intrigued to see this one. I mean, the first time the devil ever been used in court, hence the title of the devil on trial. I mean, maybe it'll be like maybe it's something similar to the Devil's Advocate. I don't know. All right, we also got a comic called Old Dads, which stars Bill Burr and is directed by him, where three best friends become fathers later in life and find themselves battling preschool principals, millennial CEOs, and ending career after 1987. I cannot wait to watch this. I mean, maybe I cannot really say anything about, it, but did. I did pretty much saw like a test screening of it. Not this past summer, but last summer, and I really want to watch this again because yeah, I just love Bill Burr. This guy's always hilarious. I mean, whether you talk about FS for Family, his stand-up comedy specials, I love the when he hosted SNL. Bill Burr is definitely one of the top tier comedians out there. So I can't wait to watch this. It's gonna be fun. All right. Uh, it's selected on October 20th and Netflix on October 27th. We got Pain Hustlers, directed by Fantastic Beasts director David Yates, starring Emily Blunt and Chris Evans. Where of course, where here you got Emily Blunt who plays this blue collar wife. Where like after losing her job, a woman who's played by Emily Blunt, who's struggling to raise her daughter, takes a job out of desperation She begins working for a fairly pharmaceutical startup, but what she doesn't anticipate is the dangerous racketeering scheme she suddenly entered. I just from the sound of it, I am getting of like a Big Short vibe here. I'm getting a bit of um, yeah, definitely a bit of a Big Short. Definitely sounds a little bit like the recent comic coming out, Dumb Money. So that sounds like it could be cool. You know, you also got Catherine O'Hara's also in this. Andy Garcia, Chloe Coleman. So we got some Mitch has a cast members in this. So I'm intrigued to check this one out when it premieres. All right. Premiering in October, no date though. We got Sisters Death, which is from the director of the Wreck films, where like Aria Badman, it stars Aria Badmer, and it takes place in post-war Spain. Narcissa, played by Era, a young novice with supernatural powers, arrives at a former convent. Were like now a school for which is now a school for girls to become a teacher. As the days go by, the strange events and increasingly disturbing situations that torment her will eventually lead to her unravel this terrible skein of secrets that surround the covenant and haunts the habitat. That could be cool. I mean, if you haven't seen the Wreck movies, those movies are pretty creepy. So this could be an interesting follow right here. Right, on November 1st, we got Wing Woman, directed by Melanie Laurent, and is a heist film that also stars Melanie Laurent along with Adele Akatopoulos. She's, of course, the star of Blues and Warmest Colors. So I can never pronounce the last name, to be honest, yeah. It's where best friends Carol and Alex are two master thieves. They're both attractive and ruthless and remain undefeated. Tired of life on the run, they agree to take on one last heist and ask Feisty Sam to assist them in one last job, unlike anything they've done before. That could be a trick. I mean, Melanie Laurent is always terrific. You know, she's directed before, but of course, she did. I forgot the name of it. I think it's called Galvan or something like that. It was with Elle Fanning, but Ben Foster. Uh, Obviously, you might know Melanie Laurent from Inglourious Basterds. She was also in most recent Murder Mystery 2. So I think she's always a really terrific actress there. So this could be interesting. All right. It's selected October 20th and Netflix on November 3rd. We got Naiad, which is of course based on a remarkable true story of Naiad, Dianaiad, who of course decides to pretty much swim across a shark-infested warrior. You got Jodie Foster playing her coach, Reese Afons. I'm really intrigued to check this one out. You know, Annette Bening, obviously one of the greatest actresses there is. You got Jodie Foster, who's always great. You know, this is from the same directors of Free Solo, which I believe is actually their first narrative feature because they mostly done like documentaries before. So really, always cool when documentary filmmakers try their hands at narrative features. So this could be interesting to see. All right, on November 3rd, we got Sly, which is a documentary about Sylvester Stallone. Which come on, Sylvester Stallone, obviously one of the greatest action stars there is, from Rocky to Expendables. So this could be intriguing. I mean, first Netflix gave us a docu series about Arnold, and now Stallone. They're really getting heavy in the in the action, documentaries about famous action stars. So hopefully they do one on Dolph Lundgren one day. But we'll see. All right. We also got The Killer, which of course is dropped this trailer, coming to select theaters on October 21st and Netflix November 10th. Directed by David Fincher, starring the likes of Michael Fassbender, Tilda Swinton, and the trailer for this looks really intriguing. Looks really intense. Definitely has a David Fincher element here, so I'm definitely excited to check this one out. And we also got another documentary called Stand from the Beginning, coming on November 15th, directed by Roger Ross Williams, who recently directed the Donna Summers documentary. Uh, s- This pretty much brings Doctor Imran X, Kennedy's New York Times bestseller, to the screen. And this this pretty much brings viewers through a series of accounts of how racist tropes and imagery were developed and untried here in American culture. So this, I don't know, could be interesting to check out. Sounds sounds like an interesting documentary. I mean, Netflix does do pretty well with the docu, so could be a drink. And this even since you feature people like Dr. Angela Davis, Dr. Abraham Imram X. So I don't know, it could be interesting too. It's not, of course, Netflix is pretty much taking the Hallmark route because they got a new Christmas film coming out called Best Christmas Ever, coming out on November 16th, directed by Mary Lambert, who, by the way, directed maybe one of the best Stephen King adaptations of all time, Pet Cemetery. So, from Pet Cemetery to a Hallmark like Christmas film, talk about a cool turnaround right there, right? Now, if you guys don't know much about this, it stars Heather Graham, Brandy, and Jason Biggs, and where every Christmas Jackie sends a boasted holiday newsletter that makes her old college friend Charlotte feel like a lump of coal. When a twist of fate lands Charlotte and her family on Jackie's snowy doorstep just days before Christmas, she seizes the opportunity to prove her old friend's life can't possibly be that perfect. So, yeah, I mean, I admit I do get a kick out of these trashy Christmas films. I do have some soft spots for them. I'm actually one of the rare folks who did not mind that Lindsay Lohan film last year, or that one with Freddie Prinze Jr. that came out too. So I don't know. Maybe this could be good. I do like Heather Graham. You got Jason Biggs, so yeah, I don't know. It could be good, but we'll see. All right. Now on in select there's November 3rd, and Netflix November 17th. We got Rustin, which is of course about Bayard Rustin, um, who was of course was like one of the greatest activists and organizers around the world here, and helped march you know helped march a revolution with was of course the architect of the March on Washington with Martin Luther King Jr. Now this does star Coleman Domingo, Chris Rock. Of course, the trailer for this thing just dropped. Looks really intriguing. I like the cast involved. Coleman Domingo looks terrific in this. I cannot wait to see this. You got Divine Joy Randolph is in this. You got who else? Audra McDonald. Oh yeah, CCH Pounder. I'm I'm not sure you checked this one out, so it should be interesting. All right, we got speak of Bill Burr, by the way. We got Leo, which of course that trailer just dropped. Of course, it's about a lizard, a 74-year-old lizard who wants to see the world. And and you of course got the voices of Adam Sandler, Bill Burr, his family, Sandler's family members, Joe Coy, Jason Alexander, Stephanie Seuss, Nick Swartzen. The trailer for this looked really decent. Looks cute, charming, looks really funny. You got Adam Sandler, Bill Burr in this. That's the combo I never knew I needed, so I'm intrigued to see this one. All right, we also got Family Switch coming out on November 30th. This is of course where like a whole family ends up pretty much waking up to a full body switch on the morning of the most important day of each of their lives. This of course stars Homestead as Jennifer Garner, Ed Helms, Emma Myers, who you might know from Wednesday fame, Brandy Noon from TMNT, Mayhem fame. I'm really intrigued to check this one out. It's directed by McGee, who gave us Charlie's Angels. I like the cast involved. Definitely has a bit of a Freaky Friday element. It definitely sounds like Freaky Friday, big time. But instead of like two of the family switching, it's the whole family, or four other families, I should say. So could be intriguing. All right. We also got something called an Italy film called Nuovo Olimpo, which I never even heard of. May, December we got May December, which is coming to theaters, which is set to come to select theaters on November 17th and Netflix on December 1st. Stars Natalie Portman and Julianne Moore. 20 years after their notorious tabloid romance gripped the nation, a married couple buckles under the pressure when an actress arrives to do research for a film about their past. And this could be interesting. I mean, you got it's directed by Todd Haynes, who's directed movies like Carol, uh, Dark Wars. He's done some really intriguing films over the years. So I think this could be something really interesting. All right, we also got the Arches coming out this December, which is from India and is of course pretty much based on the Archie comics. This definitely looks very different to Riverdale, so could be interesting. All right, in select theaters, nowhere on when this comes to select theaters, but on Netflix we got on December 8th we got Leave the World Behind, starring Julia Roberts, Mahershala Ali, Ethan Hawke, and Kevin Bacon. A family's vacation is upended when two strangers arrive at night seeking refuge from a cyber attack that grows more terrifying by the minute, forcing everyone to come out in terms with their places in this collapsing world. It is directed by Sam Esmail, who you might know from Mr. Robot fame. So this could be intriguing. I mean, you got Julia Roberts, Mahershala Ali. This was supposed to be originally a Julia Roberts and Denzel film, but guess that never came to fruition. Would have been cool to see a Pelican Brief reunion, but guess that ain't happening. But you got Mahershala Ali, who's always terrific too, so it'll be intriguing. All right. Um, on December 15th, we got Chicken Run Dawn of the Nugget, the long way sequel to Chicken Run, which I've always liked the first Chicken Run, so I'm looking forward to see where they're going to take the sequel to. It, of course, has the voices of the likes of Tanner Newman, Zachary Levi, Bella Ramsey, David Bradley, Nick Mohammed. So talk about good voice cast here. So don't have Mel Gibson in it, but hey, maybe the new voice cast will do as good. All right, in select theaters November 22nd, and on Netflix on December 20th, we got Maestro, which is of course a biopic and love story chronicling the lifelong relationship between Leonard Bernstein and Felicia Montgomery Cohen Bernstein. A love letter to life and art, Maestro at its core is an emotionally epic portrayal of family love. That the trailer for this looks terrific. Of course, directed by Bradley Cooper, starring Bradley Cooper. You got the likes of it's not to mention it's produced by Martin Scorsese and Steve Spielberg. So how can you not be excited for this one? So I know it's getting some controversy, but hey, controversy aside, I'm still intrigued to check this one out when it premieres. All right. Last but not least, we got Rebel Moon, Part One: A Child of Fire, directed by Zack Snyder, and of course, I'm excited for this. It looks terrific. The visuals look stunning. It's Zack Snyder. Like, say what you want about Zack Snyder, you can't deny that he's done some great visual effects. Like his movies always look stunning. Even Sucker Punch. So I can't wait to check this one out. It looks intriguing. You got Sophia Botella, Anthony Hopkins, Charlie Hunnam. So talk about a great cast here. I am so much pumped to check this one out when it premieres. But that's pretty much all the films that are coming that they do got coming this year. They did, of course, like a couple of other stuff like because of the strike, they did delay stuff like the Adam Sandler movie Spaceman, the Kevin Hart film Lift, of course, the Millie Bobby Brown. I forgot the name of it. Called Damsel. They delayed that, so yeah, maybe 2024 will be even better for Netflix, but. usually rare to see Netflix content getting delayed, but anyway. Let me ask you guys. What are your thoughts on these Netflix content that Netflix is putting out on this year? Which one are you more interested in? Which one you think is gonna be even better here? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notification. This is Samuel signing out.